bone fragments that were found in the Playsquare area. And if they prove to be, as somebody has mentioned, a grave site, what's the chances of that ever becoming a commercial enterprise?
I'm going to let Tom Lau, who's a bit of a history buff, he's corporate counsel and chief of staff for the city of Jeff. He's pretty knowledgeable on that. I think he can answer your question.
I've spoken with Corn Island Archaeology, who's done the digs out there, and also with representatives from the Indiana Department of Historical Preservation and Archaeology. And there is no prohibition against the city from building on that property. If we did run into grave sites, we would either have to move them prior to the building, or if you found evidence of burials, you'd then have to move them. It would be an archaeological type removal rather than just an exhumation like you would have at a more modern cemetery. But they have no issues with us playing ball using it as a park. So the plan is that as soon as the final report comes out, we'll get clearance from the Indiana Department. Then those dig sites will be filled, seeded, and should be ready to play ball. But they don't have a problem with us playing ball there. In fact, we've been playing on it for 60, 70 years now, so I don't think the people buried there will mind a whole lot. But as far as building on it, there's no prohibition. I know there's been discussions about you can't build within 100 feet of a cemetery. That's not a prohibition that municipalities are held to, but we are held to the same standards if we do find active burial sites there. Nobody knows yet. They've only found a few fragments, and they don't
So
really know what's
what
there.
you're saying is, I think, it may never become viable as a
Well,
site for business.
no, not saying that at all. They've defined the cemetery boundaries, and there's still a considerable amount of land there. So the choice will be, how much will it be to remove those burials prior to building, or do you build and hope you don't hit something? Because if you do hit something, then you're going to have to remove them anyway. But if you remove them, you can build there. That's not a problem.
But they have to be removed in a certain fashion.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was just saying. It would be an archaeological exhumation and then transfer to another existing facility. And if we ever got that far, what we would want to do is identify what type of burials are there, work with the Veterans Affairs Office, possibly Zachary Taylor or New Albany National Cemeteries. I mean, it would be done appropriately.
Supposing it was going to be a commercial enterprise over there, who would foot the bill for this removal of the bone fragments?
Well,
and so forth?
that's
the city
something-
or the commercial people.
Right now, we're just worried about playing ball in April and May. We haven't even gotten to the point of what type of development will be there or how much it'll be. We'll have to investigate that and see how much it'll be. I mean, we just don't know yet. I mean, they haven't even finished the final report, so we don't even really know exactly what the boundaries of they know. Corn Island Archaeology knows. That'll be out in their final report as to what the boundaries are and how many burials they even think are there. But there's a lot of information we still don't have yet.
Thank you. Keep in mind, I'm not opposed to spending money. You know, I've heard some rumors Mike Moore doesn't want to do anything. That's going to be valuable property there. That is going to help make the businesses all around there successful. That's going to, the development of that down there is going to increase the property values of everything around there. You know, I want everything nice down there, and if it costs a little bit of money to do a proper removal, that's money well spent. That's a very valuable piece of property there.
Convention center would sort of be the linchpin for a whole lot of other things if it were.
You know, if a developer wants to come in and build that convention center, I'll give them a shovel.
Just thought I'd throw it out.
I'm not a supporter. I'm not a supporter of the city of Jeff, the taxpayers paying for the building of a convention center.